Hi class, day 3, session 3 of the week. We are repeating some of the same exercises. We are going 2 times through today, but some things I'd like you to keep in mind. Of course, our breathing. We want to get a full, big breath, consistent breathing in everything that we do today. And I will cue you in at times where we really want to coordinate our inhale and our exhale with any kind of movement. But other than that, it's just really consistent big breathing. Control, we talked about controlling our breathing and controlling our movement. That takes concentration. And so for us to be able to build upon our stamina and learn these exercises so that we can advance the exercises pretty quickly in the next few weeks. We need to be able to concentrate on what exactly we're doing, feel the muscle groups working, as well as building that stamina. And so today, just kind of hoping that you can build on those principles, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So scooping, we talked about scooping last time and rounding our back, and we talked about tilting the pelvis, and we talked about squeezing from the inside out, and so tightening those pelvic floor muscles. All of those things will come into play today. So we're going to start with our chest expansion. I want you to inhale on the close where we round our back, scooping, okay, and we're tilting the pelvis forward, and exhaling on the chest expansion. So inhale here. So just limbering up our spine, lumbar region especially, practicing using those muscles within our pelvis. Gluteus is nice and snug on the inhale. And our shoulders, warming that region, upper back and arms. All right, down for cat and cow. I want you to inhale in the cat, tuck the pelvis under. Exhale at the top. Scooping on the bottom. Feel the position change of the spine when this pelvis is tucked under. All right, we're going to go into what's called a dynamic. Just lead your hands out in front a little bit more. We're going to come back into low back stretch and then transfer our weight forward with our hips down. Hips back, hips down. So just warming up, hip flexors, more in the upper leg area. Knees are getting a little bit of movement and blood circulating through the joints. Just a little more dynamic. Good. All right, come to a seated position. Again, we're rolling down, so we're practicing that scooping position. Go ahead and bring your knees with you, rolling down, 90-degree bend, and we have our 100 exercise. So 5 pumps for an inhale, 5 pumps for an exhale. While we're pumping, chin is to chest, scooping, connecting that low back to the mat. Shoulder blades should be rounded up off of the mat, looking down at our belly button, and of course we're counting 100 pumps or as many as we can do, coordinating our breathing with our movement of our arms until we need to rest our head or bring our feet down. I like to breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. It's up to you though. I feel like I can control my exhale more through my mouth. And when you're done, you can come on down. We're going to go into our leg circle warm up. So again, leg is up, knee is bent, hip is open, and we are going to begin small circles at the top. The entire leg is rotating from the hip. That's why it's called a leg circle. And we're going to reverse the direction. And we're going to switch legs, up, bend, open, small. And reverse. And foot down. All right, so we're going to go ahead and begin our first time through the routine, starting with our single leg stretch. So this is our traditional single leg. So go ahead and pull the knees in to start. So with this practice, we are focusing on scooping the entire move with a gentle pull of this knee in line. This leg is parallel to the mat. Shoulder blades are up, we're scooping, and we're consistently breathing. And that just simply means drawing in that inhale nice and deep and blowing that exhale out far and slow. Control the movement so that it's a consistent pace. You feel the stretch with the pull and rest. All right, double leg, we're going to modify this. So knees, go ahead and start in. I want you to go ahead and bring your hands behind your neck. And from here, I'm going to simply just drop my feet, keeping my legs bent, bring the knees back in to start. So because my head and shoulders are up off the mat, I should be connecting that low back to the mat, scooping, breathing. This is very controlled, slowed down movement. And rest. All right, so keeping the legs bent, we're going to practice some bridge holds. So arms are down at the mat, this first bridge. We're just lifting the hips, tightening the glutes, pulling the abdominals in and holding them there. Holding at the top, and then lowering, slowly releasing. When we lift, we exhale. Coordinate the glutes with the abs. That helps stabilize the back. Come on down with an inhale. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Good. Okay, so we have our crisscross. Now we're going to do one leg work today. So hands are behind our neck. Shoulder blades are elevated, scooping. And we're going to bring one knee in, cross over the rib cage, extend this leg out, come back to center with the trunk. So one leg work, consistent breathing, slowing it down so that we're really controlling the work of the leg with the rotation of the shoulders. Very precise movement. One more. Switch legs. In and out. In and out. And rest. All right, so our double straight, we're going to modify this as well, a little different, a little fun with this one. So we are going to bring both legs up and our hands behind our neck, lifting our shoulder blades up off the mat, scooping. I'm going to split my legs at the top. I'm going to bring my legs back to center, and I'm going to lower slightly, keeping this kind of V position of my legs. Bring it back to center, split my legs at the top, slowing it down, breathing, controlling the pace. There's no need to speed anything up here. And rest. All right, we're going to do one more bridge exercise, and this time we're going to have a little bit of fun with this one as well. The bridge work is going to be the same with the hips lifting and holding at the top like the first bridge, but this time through we're going to use some arms. So my arms are going to cross underneath my hips, okay? So I'm going to slightly elevate my arms off of the mat when I lift my hips up, and then I'm just simply going to cross my arms underneath and then place them back when I lower my hips, okay? So it's going to look like this. Lift your hips, lift your arms, cross, hold, and come down. Okay, so a lot going on in this exercise. Two different things happening. We're lifting, we're bridging, which means we're coordinating our gluteus with our abdominals, and our arms are crossing. So there's two different focal points. That's fine. I think we can do this as long as you coordinate your glutes and your abs on the way up. All right, here we go. Up and cross. Don't take your focus too far away. Come on down. The arms are just moving. It's the bridge that's very important to make sure we're staying engaged there and down. Remember, we're exhaling up. Inhaling down. And one more time. Exhaling up. Then inhaling down. Good. That's a fun one. Okay, slight bend to the knees. We have our roll up holds and our roll down holds. Arms are still at our sides. Remember that, again, this is coordination of our muscle contraction. So head comes up, shoulder blades come up, we scoop, we connect, we engage the glutes, the pelvic floor muscles are squeezing from inside to out, and we are lifting and holding at the top. All of this with an exhale. Okay, so this takes concentration. Here we go, lifting up and down. And up and down. And up and down. One last roll up. Hold and down. Roll to your side. Push yourselves up. All right, we have roll down holds. Legs are still slightly bent. Arms outstretched. Collapse the spine. Lean back, engage, and hold. And up. Exhale down. And up. Exhale down. And up. And down. All right, go ahead and bring your hands back behind you. So I'm going to bend my knees. So this is our leg work, our lean back with leg work. And from here, I'm leaning back on my arms, so my weight is transferred back. And from here, the legs are going to do the work. So my back is nice and flat. My rib cage is high. And I'm going to extend one leg up, pull it down, other leg up, pull it down. Breathing consistently. Very precise movement. Takes focus to be as still as possible in your trunk. One more on each side. Good. All right, we're going to lean forward. Okay, so new exercise here. This is called rowing. So we're simulating a rowing movement. Legs are together and extended. We're really just practicing more of this scooping and this rolling back or into this rowing position, okay? So our arms are going to start extended out in front of us. We're going to interlock our hands with our palms facing down. I'm going to start to lean back, but I'm going to lean back in a scooped position so that I'm collapsing my back and I'm pulling my hands towards the center of my body as I lean back, staying scooped and rounded. From here, I'm going to let go of my hands as I start to lean forward, staying scooped. Extend my arms back behind me, start to lean forward with a flat back and sweep those arms around in front for a nice big stretch over the top of the legs. Gather the hands, lean back scooped, reach back, lean forward, sweep around, big stretch over the top. Exhale here. Inhale here. Exhale. And stop here. Okay, so just want to make sure that the rowing back, the movement leaning back, you're leading with the low back and then the middle back. Okay, so that's what that scooping is. So when I lean back, my lower back leads. My trunk is over the top still of my hips. I'm leading and then my middle back. My shoulders are still over my trunk and I come forward. So essentially, we're staying away from the shoulders leaning back, okay? So we don't want shoulders to lead. We want low back to lead. Okay, let's try this again. Rowing. One more. Good. All right, seated balance position. We did this last time, I think, or the time before. So anytime it's a seated balance, that just simply means we're balancing on our rear, okay? This time our knees are going to be bent at 90 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my hands over the top of my knees. And so keeping my knees bent and my back nice and flat, so I'm sitting up tall, I'm going to bring my arms out in front and just slightly twist out with one arm. Bring it back, twist out with the other arm, bring it back, okay? So trying to keep these legs in a 90-degree bend and held position without a lot of wobbling, right? So that takes focus. One more on each side. Good. And you're gonna bring your feet down. Extend your legs out. V position, spine stretch, big stretch over the top. Release that low back tension. Inhale up. Exhale over. Lead with your chest. One more. Good. All right, we're going to bring our legs over to the side for our mermaid. You're going to find that position, that comfortable side leg position here, where you can sit up nice and tall. Legs are folded to the side. We're sitting on that one cheek, okay? And from here, I'm going to put my hand on my shin here. Other hand is here placed at the mat. I'm going to pull on this shin and help my side bend stretch here. Arm goes over the top of the head. We're maintaining posture, sitting up tall. I sweep that arm back to the mat, let go of the shin, come into a nice big side bend here. Maintaining posture, connect with the shin. Breathing. One more. Switch the legs. Find your position. Sit up tall. Begin. So when you practice mermaid, not only is it about the side bend and the breathing and the posture, but you should be feeling the hips start to limber up, especially when you pull on the shin away from this bent leg. You should feel the hips stretching as well. And that's because of this side leg folded position. Last one. All right. Go ahead and bring your legs in front for a knee hug. So we want to make sure we center ourselves before we turn over. We've been side saddle, side position, a little bit off balance. We're going to turn over to our tummies, and at this point we're going to practice what's called a slow swim. So we're really working on back strengthening here. Opposition, opposite arm, opposite leg lifting. And so we're really gonna slow it down into what's called a slow swim. So just being real methodical about our movement and just using strength, okay? So go ahead and turn over to your tummies. All right, you're gonna extend your arms out away from you. Now I'm going to keep my rib cage or my abdomen on the mat as well as my hips, my pelvis. I'm slightly lifted with my chest off the mat so that my arms, my weight is resting here on my arms, okay? I am lifting my right arm at the same time that I lift my left leg up off the mat. Keeping my pelvis connected, I lift a straight leg and then I'm gonna lower. I'm going to lift my left arm off of the mat when I lift my right leg off of the mat. So there's always one arm and one leg connected to the floor. Consistent breathing. Of course, it's a little more challenging because our abdomen is connected to the mat. So our diaphragm area is being compressed slightly. So we're just trying to consistently breathe, maybe not as deeply as we can when we're seated. Good. All right, we're going to come up onto our elbows. These are called single leg kicks. So we're just really working on increasing blood flow through the knee joint, as well as stabilizing our back with abdominal pull in. And our glutes are engaged, so we get our hamstrings nice and tight and strong. So I'm going to lift my hips up, keeping my knees connected to the mat, keeping my back nice and flat. I'm going to pull my abdominals in, hold them there, and I'm going to pull one heel in, and when I extend that leg down, I'm going to pull the other heel in. I'm going to hold my abdominal muscles in so that my back is stabilized, my legs do the work, and I'm just focusing on my breathing and my abs. You're going to get a nice little shoulder burn here because you're holding your weight up on your elbows. Good. Come on down. Bring your hands outside your chest. Push up and back for low back stretch. So we have push-up leg pull down today. We tested this in our assessment. You know whether or not you can practice push-up leg pull down with your knees down or off the floor. I'm going to show both, demonstrate both. So I'm going to walk my hands out to the end of my mat. Push-up leg pull down with knees on the mat. I want to make sure that my trunk is nice and strong. I push up with my whole trunk coming down with me and up. Come up into high plank here. I'm going to lift one leg up off the mat and transfer my weight down into my heel for pull down. Come back, drop that foot, lift the other, come down, and back to start. Okay, so push up leg pull down without the knees. Push up, pull down. You choose which one you'd like to do. Knees on the ground or off the ground. Let's go ahead and practice. Trunk is nice and stable. Your pace, your push-up. Make sure you transfer into that heel that weight should be transferring back into the heel. Good. Finish up one push-up leg pull down. And come up into kneeling tall. All right, so we're going to practice those kneeling lean backs. Your knees are wider, your feet are closer together. So again, one unit, piece of wood, it doesn't bend, it stays nice and tall. Tightening my glutes, abdominals are pulled in. I'm going to lean slightly back with my arms up to the sides. So notice I don't go back too far. Everything stays tall. Lean back and forward. Glutes and hammies, low back, nice and strong. This is supporting the transition of the weight back. Your quads are holding on because your glutes are engaged. One more. Good. All right, come on down to your side. We're going to be on our elbow. So come down to your elbow, keep your legs bent. I want you to keep your feet connected. Now, from this position, I want you to notice that your trunk should be nice and strong here. Even though this is not doing the work, we're still tightening our abdominals, holding them there, while the legs do the work. I'm going to go ahead and rest my arm on my hip, and I'm going to do what's called a side clam. So I'm going to separate, part my knees, keeping my feet connected, and then lower my knees to connect. While I'm doing this, I'm tightening my leg muscles, pulling my abdominals in, slowly creating resistance. While I breathe, it's a very small movement. We're working our hip adductors away. All right, keep your knees connected here. Go ahead and bring this hand up behind our neck. So I'm going to do what's called a chest expansion on my side here. So I am going to tilt, rotate forward with my hand behind my head as far as I can where I feel comfortable, keeping my trunk nice and strong. Lift away for chest expansion. All right? Keep everything nice and strong and up away. Down and away. Down and away. Good. Bring that hand down. We're going to switch to the other side for clams. Legs are bent on our elbow. Strong. Rotate out. Create some resistance here. Tight and strong. One more. Good. Keep the knees connected. Bring the hand behind the hip, or the head, hand behind the hip. Nice and strong. Rotate. Look down at the mat. Chest expand. Here. Down. And up. Down. Pull those abdominals in. Hold them there. Up. Down. And up. One more. And good. Come up to a seated position. Knee hug. To center ourselves before we start again. Okay, so we are going to begin again, coming down to the mat. We're going to go right into our single leg, and then we're going to try our double leg drops with our hands behind our head. We're going to see if we can go back to back on these, okay? So round your back, go ahead and bring your knees in. Shoulders are already off the mat. Single leg, gentle pull, scooping. Go ahead and bring your knees in, hands behind your neck, and we're just dropping the feet down, knees back in, still scooping. And bridge, arms at your sides, lifting up, tightening at the top, coming down, inhaling down, exhaling up, coming down, exhaling up, and coming down. Bring your knees in, hands behind the neck, chest and shoulders up. One leg is doing the work on crisscross. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this leg down, rotate over to the bent knee, come back to center as I straighten the leg. In and up. Consistent breathing. And switch legs. Rotate. One more. And rest. All right, so the next one is that modified double straight. We have that split leg at the top, and then we're just lowering the legs in that V position, okay? Go ahead and bring your legs all the way up. Hands behind the neck. We're gonna go ahead and split the legs. Bring the legs together. Lower them into V. Up top, scooping. Split. Breathing consistently. Do not hold your breath here. Blow that exhale out long and far. All right, feet down, arms at your sides. We have the bridge with the arm work. So we're crossing at the bottom. Here we go, we're lifting up with an exhale, lifting the arms up, crossing, pulling down with the inhale. Up, down, up, down. One more. Good. All right, slight bend of the knees. Roll up holds. Here we go. Remember all of the coordination of the muscles. Up. And down. And up. And down. One more. Up. And down. Roll to your side, push yourselves up, roll down, holds. There we go. Collapse, scoop, exhale. One more. All right, leaning back on our hands. Go ahead and bring your knees in. Extension up. Other leg up. Keep your back flat. Chest high. More. Lean forward. Rowing exercise. Interlock the hands. Scoop. Pull back. Pull forward. Reach back. Sweep your arms around. Big stretch here. One more. Seated balance. Hands over the top. All right, flat back here, 90-degree bend. Arms outstretched. Rotate slowly out. Getting more work on that low back, that lumbar region. Strengthening. Good. Bring the legs down, split the legs, spine stretch. One more. Good. Go ahead and bring your legs to your sides. Mermaid position. Sitting up nice and tall. Hold on to that shin. Over the top. Strong posture. You should be able to stretch a little bit deeper now that you've been through this move as a warm-up. Last one. Switch your legs. Find your position. Sitting up tall. One more. Knee hug, center. So we're going to turn over and go into our slow swim and our single leg kicks. Same thing, just really focusing on controlling that elevated arm and leg. Go ahead and turn over. Chest is lifted up off of the mat. I'm going to lift my right arm with my left leg. Left arm with right leg. Keep the pelvis connected. Get that knee off of the ground, keeping the legs straight. Let's come up onto our elbows. Hips are up off of the mat. Single leg kicks. Come on down, arms out, push up and back, low back stretch. All right, so now we have our push-up leg pull down. You decide, modified or traditional. Last one. And come to a kneeling position when you're done. We have our lean backs. So just making sure that our glutes are engaged, abdominals are pulled in, nice and strong in our quads. Arms go to the sides as we lean back. Very controlled. All right, we're going to come down to our side. For our clams, for our hip abductors, on our elbow, feet are together, knees are connected, abdominals are engaged, arm on hip, away, create resistance. I think I called them adductors the first time. Abductors. All right, we're going to bring that hand to that neck. Chest expansion, so we're just rotating forward, twisting just comfortably, and then lifting up, chest expanding up at the top. So nothing changes in the position of my spine in my lumbar region, okay? It stays still. It's just the upper back, upper spine that's rotating. All right, switch sides. Bend your knees, clams, arm, abdominals, abductors. So it should feel like somebody's pressing down on your outer hip and you're creating that resistance. Tightening. All right, hand behind, rotate, lift, one more. And come up to a seated position for knee hug. Center yourself here. All right, we have seated accordions, hands on knees. We are rounding and collapsing the spine, pulling up, flat back at the top. Exhale as you lean back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. All right. Legs extended. Arms circles. Sit up tall. Strong arms. Reverse. And bring your knees in again. Knee hug, release your back. All right, you guys, so we're done today. So just a reminder again, because I've been getting this question a lot. What do I do after I finish the workout? Nothing. You do not submit anything back. The only thing you're going to submit is the weekly connection, the response to the question that will come out tomorrow for Thursday's session. And then the other submission that you will do again is that final self-assessment. But for the videos, you just open them inside a Canvas. It's been embedded inside there. Watch it, practice it, and then that's all you do. And then you finish, and then I see your viewing time. The downloading option is only if you'd like to save it on your computer for a later date or another time. But I cannot see your viewing time when you download it, so make sure that you watch it inside. I've already announced this, but just a reminder again, okay? That's it. We'll see you next time.